For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. John 5:46. Had you truly heard Moses, you would have recognized the very same voice that spoke in the law now speaking in the flesh. Moses wrote only of the coming of your own eternal youth David, your only begotten son. In every ritual, every statute, every sacrifice, he was pointing to that inward birth, the sign of the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes within your own heart. To believe Moses is to know that you yourself are the Ancient of Days hidden beneath the shell of this form, waiting to be revealed in the youth who calls you Father. When John says, had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, he is not contrasting two different gods, but unveiling the drama in your own consciousness. The law was but a mirror held up to your inward sun. Christ now steps from the mirror and calls your name. To see him is to find the curtain rent from top to bottom, the veil that kept you from knowing you are both Father and Son. So when Moses spoke of plagues, Exodus, manna in the wilderness, he was rehearsing the very steps by which you are born from above, by which the youth within is raised and calls you Father. He wrote of the ladder, of the rock that follows Israel, of the serpent uplifted on a pole, all shadows of the final revelation that you are one spirit. Believing Moses means living that drama, awakening in your own skull, dissolving every mask, receiving the dove's descent of love. Thus, he wrote of me as your Father, saying, everything I am now I was already teaching you. The law and the gospel are one play. Moses pointed to the Son. Christ stands before you. He bears the express image of your person. Believe Moses, and you stand in the presence of your own eternal youth, knowing without question who you are. John 5 verse 46 speaks to two inner attitudes or eyes of consciousness. Believing Moses describes living in a state that takes the law and the world it regulates as ultimate reality. You obey outward rules, trust external authority, and feel bound by limitations. Believing me shifts you into a deeper awareness of Christ as the living I am within. It's the move from head-centered conformity to heart-centered alignment with your own divine imagination. Moses wrote of me because every outward law, prophecy, or sacred script in Scripture ultimately points back to the one creative consciousness. In this light, you can think of Moses' tablets as the seed thought you plant within your mind. When you nourish that seed with feeling, it becomes a living sprout, Jesus, the invisible force that makes your inner blueprint take form. In practical terms, the law represents the precise design or belief you hold consciously, while Christ embodies the dynamic energy that unfolds and animates that design into reality. If you hold fast to the blueprint alone, your vision stalls. Yet the moment you embrace the living energy breathing life into that blueprint, you set manifestation in motion. This verse unveils your divine prerogative to reinterpret any law or circumstance by shifting your faith from rigid memorized rules to the living power of your own consciousness. You possess the Christ within, the same creative agent that inspired Moses' writing. To believe fully in that inner I am is to hold the power to fulfill every prophetic promise you've ever read. Begin by gently turning your awareness inward to notice any Mosaic belief you still treat as an unshakable fact, perhaps the idea that your upbringing limits you, or that genuine success depends on outside approval. As you recognize this, remember that such a belief exists only as the written tablet, while the living force behind it remains undiscovered. Invite that deeper I am within you to awaken by softly affirming, I am the power that spoke Moses' words into being. Allow this affirmation to come alive in your imagination. Picture blank tablets glowing with possibility. Then watch as words of joy, abundance, or health gradually form and expand upon their surface. Continue nurturing this inner certainty until it feels as solid as if these blessings were already manifest in your life. In moving from obedience to the letter toward embodiment of the Spirit, you will find the world around you mirroring what Christ has always inscribed upon your inner tablets.